right. And welcome to Rabbit and Red Radio Live. I'm Big Murr, and I'm here with Mike J. And tonight we're going to
Sir.
discuss some horror movies, mainly the Alien franchise tonight. But going to have a little bit of general discussion. How are things going, Mike J?
Uh, Not too bad. Um, got some really good news the other day.
What's that?
Um, that film that I've been trying to work on for years and years. My Campout Nightmare thing. We
Yeah.
finally um got connected with this production company. It's like an indie production company, and we are now on we're in pre-production, and that's the logo for it that we're They said we needed a logo because we have to, what do you call it? Raise awareness for Camp Out Nightmare,
Yeah, you got to start the marketing
resurrecting the
campaign now,
slaughter.
man.
So
Camp Out
yeah, so now we
Nightmare,
have to,
resurrecting the slaughter.
yes,
Nice.
yes, and
Nice.
that
I
will
hope it
be,
takes off, man.
well, that is, it's gonna be something new. I mean, it's gonna be one of the biggest thing, well, the biggest thing I've done so far because we're gonna shoot it with one of those red cameras, in 4K, so that'll be pretty
Oh,
neat.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
excited about that. It'll be Grandpa's motion picture debut.
I heard it. Yeah, we were
Um,
talking about that the other day. He said he's
I
gonna go down there and be in the movie, man.
Yeah, I informed that because we had a conference call on Friday, so this past Friday. So I told them that he was coming in for it, and the guy's like, he's like, now, do you plan on bringing in anyone else from out of state?
Right.
I said, no. And he says, well, I'm only saying that because, you know, the budget, because we have to pay for like lodging and all that other stuff. I'm like, I know that's that's how this, works. That's how this goes. So don't worry, Mr. Paul, you will have
Right.
accommodations
You
of,
can stay on
for
some dude's
such.
couch, get a couple of hot pockets, lukewarm hot pockets. Grandpa'll dig that. That's all you need. He's just a little guy. Just throw him on a
I I
futon and
I
throw him
I
a
could
couple
see
dog
him.
biscuits.
I could see him. I could see him on Rhodes's couch. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. That.
Now, if I
Hey,
was
I
there,
well, who knows? I might end up there.
if I was on the set, man, my per diem would blow the budget. I would have to be wined and dined. Get a special room with a special bed. Jeez, I'm getting kind of washed out with this light here, so I'll put this up there. But that's awesome
Oh, that
news,
looks.
man. Now, is this a
Yeah,
continuation of the other movies that you had in the past?
well, see, we were kind of smart with this one. Um, John Rhodes, the guy who wrote it from basically my story, he was like, it was written as like a legacy sequel.
All right, okay.
So so it takes place like after, like in that same universe, but we're kind of picking and choosing what we take
What you
from.
bring
So it's
forward,
like,
yeah.
yeah, so it's like you don't have to have seen all of the other ones to like understand this one. So if this is the
S-
only one you've seen, it's fine, you'll still get it.
So
But for
this is like,
people that have, you know,
yeah, like so this is like if a band, put out a bunch of albums or demos, and then they finally got their major record label debut. This is kind of the major record label debut of Camp Out Nightmare. So it's elements of
right,
the old stuff with some new stuff thrown in. Now, is that Rhodes
right, and
like
that's
the Rhodes on the Rocks guy?
yep, that's
Yeah,
Roads on the Rocks.
yeah. He
That
used
is
to
Roads on.
he used to
Yep.
be a listener of Grandpa back in the day, and he would always put in
Mhm.
some metal requests and stuff. And I've actually checked out a couple of his Roads on the Rocks, shows that are on Rabbit and Red on demand. I've listened to a
Yeah.
couple of those, and he's a good dude. I heard he's not much into the internet, but, he doesn't.
No, he's off the grid now. He
Yeah,
like deleted his Facebook. He's totally like off the off the reservation or
that's
whatever
such
you
a
call it. He just
that's
can't
such a
stand it.
foreign concept to me because 'cause I'm stuck here at home and, my internet
Mhm.
is, the way I discuss, yeah, and talk to the world and stuff, so I can't even imagine being without that. That'd be that's nuts. But anyway, man, I wish you the
Yeah, I
best
hear
of
you.
luck, dude.
But
I think it's gonna be awesome, man.
yeah, well, thanks. I appreciate that. And we'll follow the journey as the show goes because, the production guys were like, "Yeah, you can use the podcast to
Oh,
you
sorry,
know,
I knocked the
help
whole damn
like
yeah, help promote the
get
film.
this out." And I'm like, they're like, "How many views do you get?" I'm like, "Well," I said, "Here's the thing. Number 1, YouTube doesn't like us,
Yeah,
and, you know, I'm like, I'm in a rebuilding phase." I said, "We finally got the show back to, like, consistently, like, once a week, so I think that, we'll start growing now, hopefully." So that's the plan.
get back on
But I
track.
guess I should plug those guys. They are the, oh, what the fuck is it? The Maw Filmworks company
The Mall
based
Filmworks
out of,
Company, folks.
Warren, Pennsylvania, so
Nice, man. That's awesome. And I'm sure that, Grandpa will be doing some plugging on his shows and my weekly thing, which I hope I can get recorded this week. I was supposed to do it today,
uh
but I got sidetracked with other stuff. And oh, hold on, I'm gonna rearrange that. Got sidetracked with some other stuff, and then I'm getting a new roof tomorrow and everything. So I don't know if there's going to be a live
mm,
show, live concerts on Friday, but I am hoping I can fit it in somewhere. I hope I can bang it out Wednesday. I got some people coming over Wednesday, but I'm hopefully going to be able to do it right away in the morning, or
mhm.
depending on if the roofing crew comes tomorrow. But anyway, we'll be plugging your movie on there, man. And then
Oh, well, thank you, I appreciate that.
nice.
That's,
Are you a fan of old Ken Ace Brewer?
yeah, I've seen I think I've only seen the one Death Park.
Yeah, I've seen couple, and I saw Death Bitch and all that, and there was another one I saw, and I can't remember what it was, but he just dropped a new show. Now hold on, we don't know for sure if there's no Friday show, so just keep in mind, man. I'm gonna try to get it done for sure. So, but
Well, he
yeah,
was
Ken.
hoping that you would get 2 episodes done this week.
Right, I
That
did
was the
get the
goal.
Thanksgiving episode done. I did bust that out,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I was gonna bust
Good,
out
good, good.
the live show right after that, but, I had to go pee, and so I had to get up,
Ah,
and then I peed, and then I can't remember if somebody stopped. Yeah, grandpa himself actually stopped over. Uh,
mm,
he stopped over, he dropped off something for me, and I can't remember. My memory's getting pretty bad, but I was recording the show, and then I got up, and then he stopped over, and then we were bullshitting for a while, and I couldn't get the show recorded. I think somebody came over even after that. I get a pretty high amount of traffic over here. Pretty
mm,
crazy people running in and out all the time. Probably neighbors think I'm a
nice.
drug dealer or something. I don't know. I know. Grandpa knows I'm not, so that's all that matters. Living
Mhm.
next door to Grandpa, like I said,
That's
we pretty much got the whole block. He's got a side lot, I got a side lot, and there's no houses in between. Well, my garage is in between, and that's as big as another house. It's kinda dilapidated though, but
wow.
but, so yeah,
Yeah, but
me and
still, you're wow.
me and grandpa own the block. Yeah, I worked pretty hard, but then, the Parkinson's and everything took over and just can't work anymore. So I'm a lame duck now, I guess. But me and Grandpa
Bastard
own the block over
Parkinson's.
here, and well, I guess we've been rambling on. Have you saw any new movies this week you wanna discuss before we get into Alien?
Oh, what did I watch?
I saw a
You
shit.
know what? I did watch something. It's not a newer movie, it's an older movie, but I
Okay.
watched it for the first time on Saturday
What was it?
from 1994
Yeah.
called Ed Wood.
Oh, Jesus, man. I love
The
Ed
Tim
Wood.
Burton movie.
Oh god, yeah,
I
because I was a fan of Ed
didn't
Wood,
see it.
the director, before the movie came out because,
Mhm,
the band The Misfits, their record label was Plan 9. So,
mm,
of course, had to find out what Plan 9 from Outer Space was, and
mhm.
it's it's such a shitty, crazy movie, but it's so bad it's good, and it's still,
Yeah.
50 years later, people are, still talking about Ed Wood, and, a buddy of mine had Glenn or Glenda on, on film, actually, and
Oh,
he ran it on film. We were at a party, and he had, like, a movie theater in his basement, and he ran, Glenn or Glenda on reel to reel, and it was a pretty surreal,
oh,
experience, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Ed Wood, the movie,
yeah, that's
fantastic movie. Johnny Depp, which I just watched the Johnny Depp movie today that, grandpa gave me, which I don't know if I should thank him or slap him, I don't know, man. It was a movie called The
I
Brave.
won't. I didn't watch that one yet, but I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Well, he never released it in the, United States because, Cannes, I guess, criticized the movie and said it was a gigantic pile of crap. So Johnny Depp, I don't
Mhm,
know if he got cold feet and kinda got scared, but it's his directorial debut, and it's got him and, Marlon Brando in it, and I think they should have called the movie Johnny Depp's Headband, and his because the whole movie is like one gigantic, like, close up of Johnny Depp's face in his
Oh my
headband,
god.
and he's got his shirt, like, opened up all the way, and you see his, bulging muscles, not bulging, but, like, his chiseled chest,
Oh,
and,
ooh,
the movie is kinda slow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the movie is, like, really slow, but it's
right.
kind of a disgusting, topic that makes you think, like, what lengths you would go to help your family and, if you were faced with your inevitable death, what you would do, and creepy dudes that are gonna die and what they wanna do before they die, and
Mhm.
it's, it's crazy. They hired Johnny Depp to make a snuff film and give him enough money to basically get his family out of poverty, and he plays an Indian fella, which, he seems to do in a lot of movies. I think he thinks he's Indian. I don't know how much Native American blood Johnny Depp really has, but
Mhm.
it was an interesting movie. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was bad, like, I'm not like, "Grandpa, you fucker, why'd you give me this movie?" But it, it was okay. Wasn't too bad. It was no Ed Wood. He was fucking incredible in Ed Wood.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was yeah, I don't think there's anything for me that can well, I mean, I don't
God,
know. Maybe because I saw it now, you know. I
what
don't
was
know.
the dude's name that played Bela Lugosi? I
Oh,
can't think of his
Martin Landau.
Martin
Martin
Landau. I think
Landau.
he got an Oscar for that.
Oh,
Um,
I don't doubt
well
it.
deservedly so, man.
Oh, that one the one fucking scene where he's like, "Karloff," and he's like, "He can eat my shit for all I care," and blah,
I
blah.
don't he can eat my shit. Yeah, dude, that movie was great.
Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved it.
and then if
I wish I woulda watched it 30 years ago. I
right,
really do.
have you seen Plan 9 from Outer Space?
I have, and that's
Alright,
the thing, like, I knew of Ed Wood before the Ed Wood movie, and I had always
yeah,
intended to watch the
it
movie,
just
Ed
it just
Wood, but I just didn't,
got
so
backlogged on you. Yeah, you couldn't, it's I've had movies like that too where I, like, really wanna see it, and then all of a sudden it's a fucking decade later, and I'm like, "Oh, shit, I totally forgot to watch that movie." But
mhm.
yeah, one of Tim Burton's better films, and, I think Tim has went, downhill. I can't really criticize him because he's made some of the best movies of our
Mhm.
generation. I mean, we're talking Batman, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Ed Wood,
Oh,
one of
yeah,
my
can't forget
personal
Pee-wee.
favorites, Big Fish. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Mm.
Um,
It's been a while, so I would
I
like to revisit it.
God, I bawled like a I was in the movie theater and I was dating this girl, and, my God,
Mhm.
I must have looked like a total wimp, or she thought it was very endearing and she loved me for it. I don't know. I was in the movie theater with her watching Big Fish, and I was sobbing uncontrollably. And
Oh,
I was just
see, that's good, though, you showed your sensitive side.
right, and then,
Always women love that.
there hasn't really been a movie that's hit me that emotionally powerful as Big Fish did. It was, about a guy dealing with the death of his father, and I'm really close to my dad, and I lost it, man. I love Tim
Yo, I
Burton, but
believe it, yeah.
yeah, he's had some misfires lately. Like I can't stand his Willy Wonka. Oh my god,
I've
maybe
never seen it.
don't even. I'd say don't bother, dude. Like it's just Johnny Depp's in it, and
Mhm,
it's not that Johnny Depp is terrible. It is, dude. The whole movie, I didn't like it at all. Like
mhm.
Deep Roy, I usually love Deep Roy and stuff, but playing 100 Oompa Loompas at once and Danny
Oh,
Elfman, God knows I love Danny Elfman, man. I love Danny Elfman and I love Oingo Boingo and all his scores, but it's
mhm,
such a misfire with Willy Wonka. It's so like I hated the original Willy Wonka, like the Oompa Loompa songs were easy and to the point, and like
mhm.
Oompa Loop, they were simple songs. Like what they did
Right.
is I can only compare it to remember when George Lucas put out the special editions of
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Wars, and in
Mhm,
Return of the Jedi when they're at Jabba's bar and they did that whole big music number, Jedi Rocks or whatever it is.
mhm.
You were cringing so much you felt it in your toes, man. Like
Yeah, I hated it.
hated it.
What you mean?
Fucking sucked. That's how I felt through the
Mhm.
entire like runtime of Willy Wonka, man. There's some
Oh,
amusing parts, it's not a total loss, I guess, but it's pretty bad. I saw a couple movies myself. Oh, I
oh,
guess
did you?
is that our hint that we gotta go to Alien? We gotta start talking
I
about
guess
Alien?
that's our hint that we have to go to
We're on
Alien,
track,
yes.
yeah. I'll save it for the end. Okay, folks, you're here for the Alien franchise. So, back on track,
Mhm,
we're gonna start talking about the Alien franchise. I give a brief introduction. Alien, was the first and probably only movie that my parents, uh, like, barred me from seeing, but you gotta hear the story about everything else. My obsession
mhm,
with aliens started at Montgomery Wards in 79. Me and my family were walking around Montgomery Wards, and we turned the corner at a toy aisle, and my mom
mhm.
grabbed me and said, "Don't look." and it was a big display of the alien, the Kenner alien, you know,
Oh.
the one that's like it's like, 2 feet tall or a foot and a half tall. It's got the jaws that
Mhm.
pop out, and it was
Oh,
one toy that should not have been marketed toward kids, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not at
it's a
all.
yeah,
No.
Alien was a movie that should not have been marketed toward kids in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-mm.
So I caught a
Mm-mm.
glimpse of this thing, right? I caught a glimpse
Mhm.
of it, and I was like, "Whoa!" You know, because it was, like, the coolest toy I had ever seen at that point, but my mom grabbed me up and covered my eyes up. I think I was, like, 4 or 5 years old, and she
Mhm.
proceeded to tell me that, you know, she was going off about she was kinda mad that they would make a toy like that for kids and was going on, and so I was intrigued, and then my mom and dad told me that they saw Alien, and it was the scariest movie they ever saw, and the creature
Mhm.
was the most frightening thing that's ever been on film and all this stuff, and so, of course, I was obsessed with what is this, you know, I only got this little glimpse of it, you know, in a box, and it was awesome. Well, you know, it would come on cable, and my
Mhm.
parents would watch it, and, you know, they'd be like, "It's your bedtime, it's time to go to bed," and I'd sneak out of my room and try to hide around the corner and watch Alien,
Oh.
and I kept being like, I saw it," you know, and
Oh.
but, you know, I just get glimpses of the ship thinking I was seeing the alien, but they'd always catch me, so what happened, I know I'm babbling on here, but you gotta get the 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 prologue here, but, anyway, about a year and a half goes by, and, we go over to my dad's buddy's house, and my dad's buddy was a tech whiz at the time, and he was one of the only people that we knew
Mhm.
that had a VCR, and this is back when they were like 900 bucks, you know what I'm saying? Well, he had a connection.
Oh, yeah. I Mhm.
Yeah, he had a connection where he was getting pirated movies from, from the movie
Mhm.
theaters. So he had, like, Raiders of the Lost Ark at his house before it was, like, ever released on VHS, and I was like, "Whoa, dude, this guy's cool, man." And, you know,
Mhm.
they were going through the movies, and my dad's like, "What movie you wanna watch?" Because he wanted to go hang out with his buddies and do computer shit and do whatever dads did in the early '80s.
Mhm.
But, he got to Alien, and I'm like, you know, thinking my dad's gonna totally say no, but my mom was there, and, I'm like, "Can I watch Alien?" And my dad's like, "You're gonna get nightmares. You're gonna get nightmares." And I'm like, "No, I wanna see it, pops. I wanna see it." And he goes, "You're gonna sit here and be quiet, and no matter what happens, can't you can't get upset, and you can't tell your mom and all this stuff." I'm like, "Oh, let me watch it." So sure as shit, sitting all alone at this dude's house when they're off in the other room doing whatever. It was just me by myself watching this pirated copy
Mhm.
of Alien on my first VCR I had ever seen in my entire life, and
Mhm.
first time I learned about what a VCR was and the whole concept. And my first VCR movie that I ever saw was Alien, and sure as shit, I got nightmares for months. Like, I still get
Oh,
nightmares from the thing, but
I hate the face huggers, I'll tell you that I can't
oh
stand the
god.
face huggers.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's true.
I only threw the
Yeah,
hint.
that's true, I got you, and it's no problem
Ah,
at all, because I woulda rambled on for another 45 minutes about Deathstalker and stuff, but we gotta discuss the franchise. So, was Alien the first one that you saw, or when were you introduced to the series?
I was introduced see, now I had been watching horror movies since I was, like, 5, 6,
Right, right.
right? So, my parents for, like, birthdays and Christmas would always buy me, like, VHS movies,
Yeah.
and I remember, I guess it was maybe around the time that I was, like, 8, like, Christmas when I was, like, 8 years old. I got Alien. I think I might have been 10. Maybe I was 9 or 10 because I think I got Alien and Aliens on VHS, and I had never seen
Oh, you never
either
saw
of them, but
either
my
of them.
parents
Oh,
just
wow.
bought them for me.
That's awesome, man.
And I I remember, like, just watching them because there was only one movie when I was younger, like, aside from Faces of Death. They said I couldn't watch Faces of Death
Right.
because you have to be sick to watch that movie, so they're like, "You
Yeah,
can't watch Faces
that's
of Death."
how it was in
They
the '80s.
also said yeah, and they also said I couldn't watch Hellraiser,
Yeah,
but I went to a friend's house and I watched it, so that was neither here nor there, but still.
right.
But Alien, I wasn't, like, barred from, but I remember, like, I watched it, and the face huggers scared the shit out of me.
Oh, the
I
whole
still
thing,
can't look
man,
at that fucking thing,
the way
and
they
I'm in my
filmed.
40s and I can't do it.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like, the way they filmed, and I wish they would get back to that, like, I don't know why they can't get it right. I mean, James Cameron got it right with
Mhm,
Aliens, that's a different story, but they've never been able to capture, like, the feeling of Alien, in my opinion, like, how visceral it was and how the monster looked slimy and real, and it wasn't computer generated, and it didn't have those goofy dog legs that they put on every fucking alien now. You know what I'm talking about?
mhm,
Where it'll have
mhm.
a regular
I
knee
know what
bend,
you
and then it
mean.
has that
I
dog bend. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Mhm.
I'm a traditionalist, and
Yeah. Oh.
I just want it to be hunched over with human legs creeping around, looking like a real thing and not like what they did. They kinda did that with Alien Earth, but Alien Earth,
Mhm.
have you seen that yet?
I didn't see that yet because I 'cause I'm
Yeah.
afraid because I've heard negative about it,
It's a mixed bag for
and I
me.
was like,
It's a
"Is it?"
mixed bag. I've got definitely negative stuff to say about it, and I'm trying to figure out if the negative outweighs the positive at this point. Because there's a
Mhm,
lot of positive where I was like, "Damn, this is really cool," and I it kept my attention. I binged watched the whole show, watched all the episodes. Some of the stuff was really fucking awesome. Other stuff, I was like,
mhm,
"This is so stupid. I can't believe they did this." Like,
mhm,
there's some elements, I don't wanna blow it for anybody. There's some spoilers gonna happen here, but, the show is more about robots. It's more about the synthetics, and I don't like the fact that it takes place about 20 years before, maybe not even 20, maybe
mhm,
just a couple of years before the original Alien, and I think it just fucks the
right,
whole timeline up, like, just that that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation already had one of these things, and
mhm,
synthetic robots were already kinda commonplace in the universe that they live in,
mhm,
because when Ash, in the first one, when you first see Ash and he's a robot, it shocked everybody. It shocked the crew, it shocked the audience, but the way they made
mhm,
it sound in Alien Earth was that synthetics were so common at that point and advanced. 'Cause, in Aliens 2, Bishop
mhm,
was more advanced than Ash. I mean, because he's 70 years older or whatever, or 70 years newer,
right,
whatever you want it. But the robots in Alien Earth are, like, more advanced than Ash, but they're also different. They're also, like, they have regular synthetic robots, they have half cyborgs
mhm,
that are humans that are cybernetically enhanced, and then they have these new
mhm,
other robots that they put human consciousness in the synthetic robot. It's
mhm.
but the alien is secondary. It's called Alien Earth, and there's aliens in it, but that's fucking dumb. Some of it's awesome, like I
It
said, but some of the shit with the alien. is dumb,
Mhm.
dumb. Like, this thing is the most hostile killing organism in the known universe, and it's just a ruthless killing machine, and they made it into a pet, and
Yeah,
that's
see,
all
and that's what I heard, and that's
yeah,
what kinda, like, turned me off from even wanting to try it.
yeah, that was real jarring to me. But then I tried to look at it in the lens of, like, Aliens, where the queen alien could communicate with the hive and, could control it,
Mm,
and I kinda understood why they made the choice that they did, but
mhm,
it's I'm gonna say Disneyfication, where it's, overly powered female, you know what I'm saying? The overpowered female
well,
that can beat
yeah, just
everybody's
like
ass.
Romulus.
Well,
Mhm,
Romulus too, though. I mean, I get it. Alien was the first female empowerment movie. Eleanor
right,
Ripley or Ellen Ripley was,
mhm.
Eleanor Rigby, I almost said. Ellen Ripley was, the first heroine, the first, strong female that beat the alien, but she wasn't overpowered. She was real. And that's one thing I don't like about the Alien franchise. The Ripley movies,
Mhm,
yes, I want Ripley because she's the best. But it seems like in all the other movies that are coming
mhm,
out these days, it's like every star of the show is now a female character that's super powered. I mean, we don't have any strong male leads anymore, but that's a whole nother story. But they really Disneyfied it with Alien Earth, like
mhm,
the superpower. She's the strongest android. She beats everybody else, and she controls the aliens. It's just goofy as shit. But we'll save the rest. The Alien Earth. I'm definitely gonna recommend it. Like watch it to see the cinematography and some of the effects and some of the other creatures are pretty fucking cool. And the
mhm,
sets, like the way they made it look, like gave me a nerd boner because there's so many
mhm.
scenes that like look like the original, but they don't quite capture what Ridley Scott did, but it's close enough and it looks cool. Um, so there's definitely aspects that there
There
she
she
is,
is.
man. First
Mhm.
lady I ever saw in her underwear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Wasn't there Bush in that too, I think?
A little bit of
Wasn't there
Bush,
some Ripley Bush?
a little bit of
There we
Ripley
go.
Bush. Yeah, but
Mhm,
kinda it's kinda strange, man. I was scared and excited at the same time. 'Cause that scene when I was a kid, that shit was so scary, but I was like, "Ooh, look at her butt." But, I was only
mhm.
shit, man, I was only like 6 years old, 7 years old, something like that. But yeah, Eleanor Ripley, just one of the best female heroines, uh, that ever lived. And I liked her in all the
Yeah.
movies,
No,
man.
I agree with that.
I liked her in all the
Yeah,
movies.
no, same here.
Yeah,
Same
so
here. I mean, except for Resurrection, because I never really
Boosh,
saw Resurrection.
Alien Boosh. Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
weird that we can't really discuss Alien Resurrection because you haven't seen it. And
I
dude, I
saw,
don't
like, maybe the first hour, and then after that, I was like, "I don't know about this one."
I saw it at the movie theater because I was an Alien fanatic. Like, Alien is my
Mhm,
favorite movie. When people ask me, like, what my top 10 list is, it's of course gonna be Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that shit, but Alien always, like, comes up as number 1 or 2 for me because just it was so scary. I love the Beast. Was the first horror movie I really saw, the first movie I saw on VHS. And then what came
mhm.
after with Aliens. Holy shit. But yeah, so I've saw all of them in the theater. I've saw every Alien movie in the theater. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, Resurrection, I didn't think it was bad. I like the idea that they cloned Ripley and she was half alien. I didn't like that
Oh,
fucking
no,
thing at
he's
the
gonna
end,
make me
though.
watch it now.
Oh, you should. You should just to say you did,
I
and then you get to see the
now
thing
I
at the
now I
end.
need to
Fucking alien
I mean, I
hybrid
thought the end of
thing.
3 was wacky.
3.
Wait,
We're all
so
getting into
alien
3.
hybrid, isn't that like Romulus, though?
No, that's where Romulus
'Cause
got the idea, I think, and that's why
oh,
everybody was so like, "What the fuck?" Like, all the
mhm.
things you could do in Romulus, like, you did that?
Oh,
With the
well, then
hybrid
see, that
thing?
just see, I didn't mind that, though, but that's
I
probably
didn't
because I
either
didn't
because they
see
made it look
Resurrection
cool.
all the way through.
Yeah, they made
That's
it look
great.
really creepy. They made it look really creepy in Romulus, but what it is in Resurrection is whoa. It's so weird looking, dude. But, like I said, I
Is
had
it just
fun with
bad?
Resurrection. I was with, like, 4 or 5 of my friends, and we were at the movie theater downtown, and we used to have this movie theater in my town that had, like, 5 or 6 different theaters all crammed into this little building, and, they used
Mhm,
to get all the fucking, like, movies that weren't doing very well. They would always get them at this, like, it wasn't a dollar movie theater, but it was, like, the movie theater that movies went to die most of the time. Like, I saw Troll
mhm.
2 down there, and I saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey. Oh my god. Saw that at
Oh,
the
I wanted
theater.
to see that in the theater.
Oh,
That would've
no,
been
dude. Oh my god. That was
I
one
didn't
movie
see that
where
till VHS.
that was one of the movies I don't know what it was, but I used to go see a lot of movies by myself back,
Mhm,
in the days. Like, I had plenty of friends and I'd go, but sometimes I would just go to a movie and I tried to convince everybody. I'm like, "Dude, this is the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's at the theater downtown. We gotta go," and nobody would go with me. So I went by myself, and that movie fucking sucked. Dude, that movie sucked ass.
Oh, no, I mean, I see, that's weird because I kind of have a soft spot for it, and I don't
And
know.
that's
Maybe it's
okay, man.
because Matthew McConaughey is just
Over the top when he's, like, cutting his
so
pecker with that
yeah.
razor and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
exactly, and that's what does it for me, I think, is that.
McConaughey, I will give you that, and I will agree 100% that Matthew McConaughey is, the highlight of that movie. Like,
Mhm,
he's the one thing that stands out that made it okay. Like, I had no idea who the guy was. I didn't know he was gonna go on to
mhm.
be this big, huge star, so that was the first time I had ever seen him in a movie, and I was like, "Jesus Christ, who is this fucking guy, man? Who's this nut job?" But, yeah, crazy. I got a lot of good memories of that movie theater, but that's where I saw Resurrection. But, wanna go on to one of the questions about the Alien franchise that not a lot of people can seem to answer, and it's always going back and forth, like, it's so divided on this question. Like, which one is better, Alien or Aliens? And for me, I can't honestly answer that question. I cannot because I love them both for different reasons. And I'll give you this. Um, my parents
Mhm,
surprised me and they said, "We're gonna go see a movie." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. What movie are we gonna go see?" And there wasn't the internet and like I wasn't as aware of what
mhm.
movies were coming out and what was that. And my dad's like, "We're gonna go see Aliens." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah," like, he goes, "Yeah, it's the sequel to Alien, but there's a bunch of them now." And I, like, got all giddy, and I was goofing off. I think I did know aware that the movie was coming out. Yes, exactly. Alien is a horror film,
Mhm,
and, Aliens is an action movie, so, yeah, I don't like to choose
I
between the 2,
concur.
right? So I think I was aware that it was coming out because I read Fangoria so much when I was a kid. And, but I didn't know when
Mhm,
it was coming out, and then I was so surprised that my parents I think my dad saw that they tried to hide, Alien from me, and I became so obsessed with it afterwards. Like, when I saw it, it was my favorite movie, and I said all I would talk about, and my mom got mad at
Mhm.
my dad for letting me see it, but they were surprised that I was more, like, freaking out and excited about it than scared by the whole thing, and, so they took me to Aliens, and the movie theater was wall to wall packed, because back in the
Mhm.
'80s, that's how it was, dude, like, you go see a movie and you had to fight to get good seats, and you had to show up
Mhm.
fucking 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the movie started so you could
Oh,
get a
yeah,
good
you
seat. Yeah,
did.
yeah, and it was
Mhm.
rough, so, I'm talking every seat in the movie theater was packed for Aliens,
Mhm.
and the crowd, I remember the crowd, everybody just going nuts during Alien,
Mhm.
like, it was a roller coaster, it was and it melted my brain 3 ways from Sunday. Like, I just remember thinking how it I I knew after I saw it that I was gonna remember it for my whole life. It was like a life-changing
Mhm.
movie. Like, because it was just
Right.
so brilliant. Because I went into it thinking, like, there's no way it's gonna be better than Alien, like, it's gonna be scary, and it's, the commenter said, it just was an action movie, and it was just different, but it was the same, and just Ripley kicked at all the aliens, and I can watch either one of those movies and still love it, and,
Mhm.
and it pretty much put James Cameron on the map, and,
Yeah, oh, that did.
speaking of James Cameron, we got Avatar coming out next month. Uh,
I still haven't seen the 2nd.
uh, I don't wanna speak ill of the master. James Cameron is a master, Terminator, Aliens, even Titanic, the first Avatar. God, I mean, the first Avatar
Mhm.
was like, it was an event. It was like
Yeah.
the one of the coolest things I had ever seen. The
Mhm.
story wasn't great, but the visuals were unreal. But
Oh, they were, yeah, I
yeah,
remember. That was
yeah, it was an event, man. It was an awesome deal. But then part two hit, and
Mhm.
I forced my buddy Steve, Steve
Mhm.
and my dad, I paid for everybody, and I said, "Let's go see Avatar 2, I really wanna see it." And I said, "I'm gonna pay the
Mhm.
extra, and we're gonna watch it in 3D because, 20 years ago
Oh,
or
geez, you
15
were
years
paying out
ago."
your ass for that.
Yeah, and I'll never, never do it again. I will never do another
Mhm.
3D movie after that because that's what's so
Mhm.
funny. The first Avatar was just it blew my mind, and the way they did the
Mhm.
3D was the 3D didn't really pop out at you. It had depth, like,
Mhm.
so you were, like, looking into a box, and everything had
Right.
depth, and it was just insane. Avatar 2, I'm gonna go out and say it was torture. It was torture sitting through that movie.
That
It was a
wow.
beautiful movie, but the 3D sucked ass. It was nowhere near what it was for the first one and how it felt,
Mhm.
and some of it just looked absolutely shitty with the glasses on, couldn't stand it, and the
That's
story,
disappointing.
oh,
Ugh.
the story, like, the save the whales bullshit, humans are bad, we're all bad people bullshit, and I get it, I understand, humans suck ass, we destroy everything we touch, I get it, we're, whatever, but an hour in the
He's
movie.
alienating his audience. That's horrible.
Yeah, yeah, but I understand the message. I get what he's trying to convey and, the save the planet stuff. And like I said, I respect James Cameron and completely love him. But about an hour into
Mhm.
Avatar 2, I looked at my watch and was like, Oh my god, we have 2 more hours of this. I don't I haven't seen a movie in recent history that I have wanted
Mhm,
to leave so badly. Now, I watched it again at home. I watched it again at home, and it was much it was much more relaxing because I could kinda tune out and, look at my phone
mhm,
a little bit and, get up, go get a snack, and take a piss and all that kinda stuff. But 3 hours
mhm.
3 hours being trapped,
Phew.
just paying
Oh,
attention to nothing but Avatar. So I don't
that's tough.
I don't have high hopes for the 3rd one. 3rd one looks really good. I mean, I think it looks okay, but I do not think it's gonna do very good at the box office. I mean, the 2nd one
Mhm,
was, like, what, the highest grossing movie of all time, or s close to it, made a couple $1,000,000,000 and was this
mhm,
big thing, but I just think that people were going to see it because the first Avatar was such an event and such a big thing that they, like, felt obligated that they were gonna have to see it, but the 2nd one,
mhm.
'cause, the first Avatar, I saw that at the movie theater 3 times, I think, because I loved
Oh,
it so
shit.
much and just kept going with other people, but this one and I think it was like
Mhm,
that for a lot of people. I think they went, you know, a lot of times, but the 2nd one, I don't think people were going to see that 2 or 3 times. I think it was just one and done kinda thing.
right.
So back to the Alien franchise and going to see stuff at movie theaters. It brings us to the anomaly of the series that you take Alien Resurrection, and it's campy, and they made it that way on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Alien 3,
Mhm,
though, however, that's a different thing. That's the one that I think is the black mark on the series. And I know you said that you liked it, you dug it. Um, I respect it, but it was I sigh a lot, but it was a soft it was a hard deal for me, you know? Like, I was really surprised that none of the movie theaters in my town had it, and I
mhm.
was like, "What the hell is this?" This we're
Yeah,
talking this is the
that's
sequel to Aliens, one of the biggest movies at the time. Why doesn't
mhm,
anybody have Alien 3? Like, what the hell is going on? I had to drive, 45 minutes to, a town called Madison, which is,
wow,
yeah, it's about a half hour, 45 minutes. I had to drive there to find a movie theater that had Alien 3. I wanted to see it that bad. And I remember
wow, I can't believe that.
yeah, it was very strange because I was like, "What? You're not gonna have this movie on opening week?" Like, and I guess they only
Mhm,
distributed it to, a certain number of theaters at the time because they probably didn't believe in it, and they just wanted to release it and do what they could with it. And I
mhm,
remember the movie was like a gut punch. I remember I saw it with a couple of buddies, and we were all real quiet after the movie. Like we didn't know what to say, like I hated the idea was okay, and I like the fact that they explored that the face huggers could latch on to any living beast and, like, incorporate
mhm,
their DNA. Like, in the builder's cut, it was the ox, but in the theatrical cut, it was the dog, which is, I've seen both
mhm,
cuts, and I think the director's cut or the working cut or industrial cut or whatever the fuck they're calling it this week, I
mhm.
thought that was a little bit better, but not much. I
Well,
hated
there's another cut. There's a 3rd cut
what's that?
called the legacy cut. I haven't seen it yet, but
Oh, now I gotta
that's
find
supposed to,
that.
like, kind of oh, I'll take care of that.
Okay, alright, yeah, yeah, that's,
So, but
no, I'm digging
it's
that.
supposed to bridge the gap more between both the both versions or whatever.
Okay, alright, well, I'll check it out because,
So,
you know, we're talking Alien franchise here, so even the worst of the Alien franchise is still better than,
mhm,
tons of movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch
right.
Alien 3 before I'll watch, some rom-com bullshit, I'll put
You're
on Alien.
damn right you will.
Yeah,
That's right.
unless it's Say Anything, that's a different story. Say Anything is my favorite, I don't even know if that's a comedy,
You
really, I don't even know what that is.
you ready for something? I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Mike J. That's your homework
I've
assignment.
never seen it.
That's your
I
homework
wanted to
assignment.
see it for the longest time. I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to watch it. I will
That is
watch
on
it.
my list. Gay! Now, listener there, I think it's G-Paul, but is it gay
Yeah,
that I like Say Anything, or is it gay that Michael J hasn't seen it? That's we gotta break it down. Because dude, Say
yeah,
Anything that's on my top.
yeah.
That's on my top 5. Because that's I wanted a
Now I
girl
wanna
like
see.
her. I could relate to that movie so much because I was, like, kind of the nerdy guy that, I wasn't really hated or anything, but just kind of a nerdy dude and always wanted to go
Mhm.
out with this smart brunette girl and finally got her and she broke my heart. Why is it a homo to like a love story about a dude falling in love with a hot chick? That's the valedictorian or valedictorian. I don't know which one,
Well,
but,
I like a movie called The Object of My Affection with Paul Rudd from 1998.
can you
He
see
plays a gay
Grandpa?
one in that
Can you
movie.
see Grandpa?
Yeah,
Can you give
see?
him a gee for that too, man?
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's I haven't seen that one. I do like Paul Rudd quite a bit though. Wanna
That's
take
he's
this dick.
brilliant.
You gotta take this dick. You what was that, God. You want this dick, huh? Man, I fucking crack up at that all the time. Alright, let's see what you're both homo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, Grandpa, he likes that,
Oh,
who's that on there? Who's that? Patrick, who's
I'm
that?
not sure who that is.
I don't know. Well, how you doing, man? I did post it on Facebook, so hopefully we got some, listeners on there. I'm getting kinda self-conscious now, people looking at me, man. But I guess that's the whole point of the show, huh? But anyway,
Mhm.
back to the Alien franchise with part 3, man. David
Yes.
Fincher was first-time director on this movie, and David Fincher went on to, be quite a director. I mean, he directed 7, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, 7 and,
That was 3 years
Zodiac
after
Killer.
this, 7 was.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah, dude, this is Trish, man. She's my buddy from way back.
Oh,
Yeah, used to be married
nice.
to my best friend Junior that passed away. He was a nerd too, man. Me and him would go off on the horror movies and all that kind of stuff. We were all nerds back then. So welcome to the show, Trish. Well, yeah, dude, David Fincher did a lot of good stuff after this, but for a while I was very against Alien 3. For one, they
Mhm,
said the way they made it sound was that the aliens were going to come to Earth. That the whole thing was going to be on Earth and it was going to be a continuation. And I thought we were going to get Hicks and Newt and Ripley, and it was going to
mhm,
be on Earth, and there
mhm.
was going to be some eggs stowed on board, and shit goes sour on Earth. And then the movie turned into something completely different. And
Yeah,
I like the fact that it went back to the horror movie kind of roots, like the haunted house stuff, but I did not like the way the alien looked at all because Alien 3 is when they started putting those fucking dog legs on fucking everything, and I can't
mhm.
fucking stand it. I hate
And
it.
that's the thing, you know why I think I liked it so much? That
How's
was
that?
the first one that I saw in the theater.
That's okay
That's
though. That's
probably
good.
why I'm biased on it.
That's totally fine, man, and I'm not gonna take that away from you. I'm gonna be like grandpa and call you a gee. I ain't gonna do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But dude, yeah, yeah, I mean, part 3, looking back, I still Sigourney Weaver is just so awesome that,
Mhm.
I pretty much like everything she's done. So, I'll give it to her, but I really love Corporal Hicks and Newt, and I think what they did with
Yeah.
them in part 3, I feel like it I feel like it
Ooh.
cheapened, like, you got Return of the Jedi where Darth Vader throws the Emperor over the balcony and kills the Empire, and his sacrifice saves the universe, and that's a
Mhm.
big thing, but then in Rise of Skywalker, the Emperor's just back all willy-nilly and has got, like, 20,000 clones, and it makes that sacrifice that was so monumental in film cheapen, and it's just it kills the sacrifice. And that's how I kind of felt with Alien
Mhm.
3, like, everything we went through to save Newt and get her back, and they just kill him. They just kill him.
Mhm.
Oh. Now, is that the original
There's an
script?
all.
Oh, is that an audiobook for the original screenplay of what it was supposed to be on Earth? Oh, wow. That would be something I
Ooh.
would really like to see, because that's the movie that I was sold on, that they had stills. They filmed part of that movie. They filmed part of the Alien 3 on Earth movie, and they decided to change course completely. There's a behind the scenes
I wonder
documentary about
why though.
don't know. There's a behind the scenes
Hmm.
documentary about part 3 that they go into what they went through, and they do touch on it a little bit, but I can't remember it. It's on YouTube, you'll have to find it, but
Mhm.
god, man, what could have been? So I guess we'll gloss over, ooh, oh, we're gonna have to see that. If you got it, I'm gonna have to get it from you. That's all there is to it, man. I'm gonna have to hear it because I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. So I guess we're gonna gloss over Resurrection because you haven't seen it and I want to see it. Like I said, I got to see it at this little movie theater in my town. It was in an upstairs theater, so I remember being all fucked up with my buddies going to see Alien 3 and thinking it was kind of goofy, but I loved it at the same time. And I
Mhm.
like many other people in our generation really loved Winona Ryder and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
Alien
Mhm.
3, I would definitely recommend seeing it, and I liked it way more than part 3, but not as anywhere near part 1 and part 2. But now we have to discuss briefly Alien
Mhm.
versus Predator. I
I've only seen the first one. I never saw the second.
well, I don't think anyone's seen the second. And what I mean by that is Alien Requiem came out, and granted, I liked Alien Requiem way more than the original
Mhm.
Alien versus Predator. Because that movie fucking pissed me off, and I'll explain it in a minute. But they filmed it so dark. The movie was filmed in
Mhm.
the dark. All the fight scenes, everything. They had all these cool character designs like the Predator Alien hybrid and all this fucking shit. And they looked awesome, but they filmed everything so dark you couldn't see anything. Oh, of course, he likes Alien versus Predator. Let me explain. I don't want to go on and babble
Gay! I
on.
would do a gay, but I can't do it like him.
Gay.
There
I
we
don't
go. See
like
see, Murray, you get it. You get
I don't like the fact that Alien Predator messes with the timeline of the whole deal. Like the original Alien was like, 300 years in the future. where they find
Mhm.
just this alien organism that is beyond our comprehension, and that we have no idea what this thing is, and the whole premise was it was alien. It was alien to everybody, the audience, the crew member, everybody. It was just fucked up. But an alien
Mhm.
predator, they made it like, okay, the predator came to Earth and taught us how to build and taught us how to do this, and they raised the predators, or they raised the aliens in these
Mhm.
underground tombs in the pyramids to hunt, right? Which means that the aliens were on Earth for thousands of years. And then Bishop was in it, or Wayland Utani, or Wayland was
Mhm.
in it as the scientist guy. So that shows that the Wayland Corporation knew about the aliens in the early 2000s, 300 years before they're discovered by the Nostromo. And and the fucking aliens had those fucking dog legs, moving around all fucking goofy and shit. Now, there are parts that I absolutely love because I love the Predator series. I love that
Mhm.
series. I think Predator is the only thing that's on par to Alien. But another thing that it's the Alien 3 syndrome. The movie that I
Mhm.
was sold on initially with Alien versus Predator was that there was gonna be no human characters, that it was, like, gonna be barely any dialogue, anything. It was just gonna be straight action on an alien world,
Mhm.
Alien versus Predator, and that's the movie that I wanted to see. And what did
Right.
we get? We got yet another overly powered female that beats everybody and beats the
Mhm.
queen alien by running away from her in the fucking snow and all this stuff. I do like parts of the movie. It came out on my birthday years ago, and it was kinda like my little birthday party where me and a couple of friends went to go see Alien versus Predator. And again, we're talking it's an
Mhm.
alien movie, so I'll watch Alien versus Predator before, I'll watch pretty much anything else. But
Mhm.
but then, when Alien Requiem came out, Alien versus Predator Requiem, that was in modern day, and the aliens were on Earth, and, the predators were here, and it messed with the whole timeline and stuff. But that movie was just like a gore, balls out action movie, but it was
Right.
filmed so badly. It was filmed
Mhm.
so horribly that I could barely get through it. Or well, no,
Oh,
I could get
yeah.
through it, but you've never what are your feeling on Alien versus Predator?
I mean, it's not it doesn't compare to, like, any of the other ones, but I liked the
Right.
first one for what it was. Like, I didn't
Yeah,
totally hate it,
yeah, and I didn't
but
totally
it
hate it either.
didn't.
I just bitched.
Yeah, but it didn't really do it for me to the point where, when Requiem came out, I was like, "Oh shit, I have to see this." Now I own Requiem
Okay.
because I bought it, but I never
Right.
watched it.
Now, do you have a picture of the Predator alien by chance? And
Um, I believe it's on the show art, I think,
okay, all right.
somewhere because I did see it in there,
'Cause that's one thing
and
that
I
I will give about that movie. I thought that was a really uh or wait a minute, maybe that is, up in that corner there. Oh, shit, we still got Prometheus and Covenant yet. Well, we'll start to gloss through those. But the Predator Alien and Alien Requiem, I think, is worth watching alone, or for that alone. That's a
Mhm.
movie that I like for what it is, and it could have been so much better with just a little bit of lighting to see what was going on. And the Predator Alien was a great design. So have you seen Covenant and Prometheus?
Yeah,
There it is, yeah. See, I think that shit
I
was
did see
badass.
both of those, yeah.
Yep, saw both of those at the theater. Alien Covenant was the last movie
Yep,
that
same
I
here,
saw by myself. It,
really.
I had to see it so
And
bad that
I liked Covenant.
yeah, me too. I didn't hate Covenant. I liked Prometheus too. It wasn't Prometheus was not what I wanted, and it was very
Mhm,
confusing, and it Prometheus pissed me off because I didn't like the fact that it was alluding to that humans created the xenomorph and all that stuff, and
mhm,
well, the engineers that created us, we were part of them. They created, and I hated the idea that the space jockey was a
mhm.
guy in a suit. That, you know,
Yeah,
because my whole life, ever since I was a kid, I was trying to visualize in my head
mhm,
what the space jockey was. Like, wow, that thing was so alien looking. Like, how did this thing move? Like, how did it operate? Was it like an elephant or what was this thing? And then when they
right.
reduced it to a human guy, a human looking guy in a suit, that really pissed me off. But I
Mhm,
thought Prometheus looked so good. Like, the look of the movie was so fantastic that it kind of
mhm.
made up for, some of the things that I didn't like. And Michael Fassbender as David was I thought that was I thought he did a fantastic job as an android.
Yeah.
So,
No, he
Prometheus, I
definitely did.
yeah. I own 2 copies of Prometheus. I got, the
Mhm.
regular DVD copy, and then I got the special edition that's got, like, the 18 hours of footage. And I
Really?
saw that at the movie theater and watched it 1,000 times on DVD probably. It's definitely
Mhm.
not my favorite in the series, it's confusing. I don't I don't necessarily wanna say it's canon, but it is. But I definitely like it more than part 3, and I definitely like it more than, Resurrection and the Alien Predator movies. I think it's but it still wasn't awesome because I think they could have done a better job with the story.
Mhm.
Now, Alien Covenant, that was just kind of a banger movie, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just action, having a good time, got some xenomorph stuff going on, got some gore. You know, I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about Covenant.
I
Um,
like the ending of Covenant too. Like, yeah,
what was
because
the
that
end?
kind of,
It's so long since I saw it. Like, I
see,
know the
yeah, it's been a while since I saw it too.
yeah, because
I'm
you're talking about the end overall when the xenomorph is like on the ship with him and trying to take over.
right.
But I can't remember if they left it open for a part 3. There was supposed to be a part 3 of that, uh, that series, but Ridley Scott kinda backed out, you know?
Well, what sucks is we were supposed to get an Alien 5, but,
Yes, but it never happened.
Ridley Scott again put the fucking kibosh on that because
Yeah.
he's Ridley Scott.
Oh,
Thanks,
dude,
idiot.
that was the one that was gonna be made by Neil Blankenkamp, right?
Yeah, yeah, that would have been
Never saw
perfect.
Prometheus in 3D, just regular. But yeah, the guy that
Ye
directed,
I
District
don't think I saw
9,
it in 3D either. Yeah.
uh yeah, District 9, Chappie,
Mhm,
Elysium was gonna direct Alien 5. And remember at the time when they were talking about Alien 5 and they put out, like, all those, artwork pieces that were
mhm.
supposed to be, like, the concept art for Alien 5, and it looked so freaking amazing. Like,
Yeah, and Sigourney Weaver was coming back and everything for
yeah,
it.
yeah, Hicks was gonna be back. It was gonna be like a direct sequel to part 2, like, part 3 never happened, and they were gonna go
Mhm.
kinda like what they did with Halloween,
Right.
uh, where they came back. Oh, somebody's no, somebody walked by my house. But, oh my god, I hope they do. I hope they come back and do that. But Neil
Yeah,
Blankenkamp, he
that
disappeared. He was like the fucking hottest director in Hollywood for a while, and he, completely disappeared. Like, I haven't seen him do a movie since Chappie, I don't think, and it's weird because that guy was on fire, man, after District 9
mhm,
and all that, and
mhm,
he just and, yeah, I think the Alien 5 thing kinda killed him. Like, he was so gung
yeah.
ho about doing Alien 5, and it just fell through. It didn't work out, and that sucks. Now, are you a video gamer, Mike J?
Not so much because I'm not good at them, so I don't play them really.
Well, I
The last
pretend
thing I
to.
played was Nintendo, the
Okay,
original
alright,
Nintendo, that was it.
yeah. The reason why I asked is because there's a video game called,
Mhm.
Aliens Colonial Marines, which, is a direct sequel to part 2. Like,
Really?
yeah, yeah. It's, after the
Okay.
nukes go off or whatever, and, uh, Hicks and, Ripley, they're on a different ship, and more Marines show up, and the Marines kinda go in to deliberate. Is this oh, yeah, is this, Chappie, right?
I don't know what that is, but
He's going I think this is, going through Neil Blomkamp's movie. What does that say? I can't see it.
I can't either. I wish there was a way we could zoom in or something.
Okay. Oh, shit, I forgot about that one. Never heard of it.
Mm,
Yeah, so it
mm,
but still, he needs to get on that alien tip, man. He needs we that's the movie we need. But,
yes. We need
yeah,
that.
back to Colonial Marines. Colonial Marines, it was a good game. Some people had a problem with it because it wasn't exactly like the game they promoted and, uh yeah, Gran Turismo, yeah. That, Gran Turismo was a pretty big game, or, pretty big game, pretty big movie, and it was different than his style, you know what I mean? It wasn't like,
Mhm.
what he usually does, but good movie. So he's still around, so I'll take that back, but he needs to be on that Alien 5 too.
Yes.
But,
Please be
yeah,
on the Alien 5 at some point. We need that.
right. But goddamn Colonial Marines, I bought it. Was disappointed the first day, was like, "Oh, this game kinda sucks." And I wish I
Mm,
wouldn't have bought it for what I bought it for, but then I said, "I'm gonna beat it regardless." And I ended up liking it quite a bit. Like, I like the story and, the end of the game, the, like, final level is the humans have, completely taken over the ship, like,
mhm,
for research, the alien ship from the first movie, and, they have it under control with, like, all these lights and everything, and, it's like a resource center, but it's been overrun by aliens that you gotta kill because they've, broken free from the containment, and then you gotta fight another queen at the end. So Alien Colonial Marines, if you wanna the closest thing to a real sequel to Aliens, is Colonial
mhm.
Marines, but, Alien 3 exists, and I guess that's what we get. So finally, we kinda discussed Alien Earth a little bit. We have to discuss Romulus. I got about 15 minutes here before,
Mhm.
before we go. What do you think of Romulus?
I mean, I liked it. I didn't and Fede Alvarez, who directed it, I think he might have wrote it too, I'm not sure. But he did
I
that
think so.
god awful The Evil Dead remake, ugh, but
Yeah, yeah,
Romulus Romulus was something that I mean, he really shined with that one, I think, because
yeah,
I liked that one because to me that took it back to the original because they were on the ship, it was isolated,
Yeah.
and it was just such a good movie.
The haunted
Really,
house
really good.
vibes and everything. Yeah, I saw it at the movie
Mhm,
theater and was slightly disappointed because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But like I said, I'm an Alien purist and all that kind of stuff.
mhm,
And I had some questions. There was some plot holes that I couldn't figure out. Like they found the big chap, the alien from
right.
the first one, floating in space, right? Where
Mhm.
did all the face huggers come from? Like they had that whole
I don't
room of
know.
face huggers. And to this day, I'm like,
Oh.
where did they come from? Like they didn't go back to the planet and pull all the eggs
Mhm,
because they just found the one alien and he got out and everything. They did have the black goo because I loved that in Romulus they tied Prometheus in. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Oh, District 10, that'll be fucking awesome. I've been waiting for District 10 forever, man. I love District 9. You know, it's that was such a good movie.
mhm,
But with Romulus, I couldn't figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Again, you got the strong, overpowered female that beats all the odds, and all the men are dumb and comic relief and get killed right away or they're cowardly. But that's
mhm,
Hollywood. I ain't gonna go. That didn't take away from the movie. But in my opinion, the shining star of Romulus, and I really hope they bring him back for part 2, is the guy that they got to play the android,
mhm.
the black fella.
Andy.
He's in the cover
Yeah.
art. He's in our art
Mhm,
here. Um, I thought he did a fantastic job and was really believable as a glitchy alien that gets, reprogrammed. He was the star
mhm.
of the show. And I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
just saw The Long Walk, which a
Yes.
good buddy of mine hooked me up with. We'll just leave that alone. But
Mhm.
just watched The Long Walk, and he's one of the leads in The Long Walk. And
Oh, that was him.
yeah, yeah. I didn't
That was him.
the whole time I'm like, "Who is that dude? Like, where do I know him from?" Like, I'm like, "How did this guy come out of nowhere and get a role like this and be this good?" Like, he's such a good actor,
Mhm.
dude. It was so I looked him up and sure as shit, I'm like, "Oh my god, he was the robot on Romulus." And,
Yeah,
that
he's
just made me
very
love the guy even
versatile at
more.
that point, holy shit.
Yeah, you watch, that guy is gonna go places, man. That guy is gonna
Mhm.
be
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna be big because, back-to-back powerhouses, like, with Romulus and then The Long Walk, I would not be
mhm.
surprised if they cast him as, like, the next Black Panther. He's
Yeah.
got my vote for the next Black Panther. Just awesome movie. He was the highlight
Mm.
of Romulus
They
for me.
did cast somebody for that, I think. I
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
know
sure
who
who
it
it
is,
was.
but they did cast somebody for that.
Yeah, I think that whole rumor about, what's his name being the white Black Panther, was just, I think that was
Yeah, I
just
don't
smoke
think
and
that's
mirrors. I think that was just
yeah.
internet rage bait.
Yeah, they wanna just piss people off, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Definitely piss people off.
Yeah, but it looks like there is gonna be another Romulus sequel, and,
I
you do
hope
know that
there
the
is,
alien
cause
the alien hybrid at the end of, uh at the end of Romulus was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? That guy was a real guy.
oh,
Yeah, in a
oh,
suit.
shit.
Yeah. He's like 7.5 feet tall. He's a basketball player. Yeah, yeah. Well,
People said oh, yeah.
well, I think
People said that about John Boyega.
yeah, well, I
Yeah,
think
that's
I think he shit the bed though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I want to discuss the sequel trilogy that ever. I don't like those movies. I don't like them at all. I saw
Really, you're not like a Force Awakens
dude,
or
I'm not gonna lie, I saw The Force Awakens 3 times at the movie theater.
mhm,
Uh, I was so stoked for it. Like, my life I was going through a divorce at the time. My wife had just left me, when,
mm,
Force Awakens came around, so I was really pouring myself into my work, and I was
mhm,
pouring to myself yeah, we can, and I'll tear the shit out of those movies. But, um I was so gung ho, and it was such an event. My work let me take off a half a day early so I could go and prepare, so I could, go to. They either let me come in late the next day. I can't remember. I think I went to the midnight show because it was such a big deal for me, and it was a big
mm,
party. You know what I'm saying? The whole theater was packed, and they're hooting and hollering and having a good time. And it didn't strike me at the time how much of a shallow remake of A New
mhm,
Hope that Force Awakens was. And, J.J. Abrams put in all these mysteries like how did the chick get the lightsaber and why is this and who's Rey's parents and this and that. And so Force Awakens
mm,
had me sold and I was gung ho about Last Jedi and I wanted to go see it. And I saw it at midnight, went to the first showing, and my buddies had to tell me to be quiet because I was verbally like, "This is the dumbest shit I have seen since Jar Jar Binks." Like, and just I was mad. And what made it even worse
wow.
is I
Mm,
was so mad at The Last Jedi because I hated it so much. I had to go see it the
mhm,
next day with my dad because my dad wanted to go see it. Me and my dad have seen every Star Wars movie together. At the movie theater, so I went to the
mhm.
midnight showing and then had to turn around and watch it again the next day, and I hated it. I tried to find some redeeming qualities later on, and I do have an old man Luke figure up here on my desk, I do like that, but,
Mhm.
Last Jedi, it killed the entire thing, killed the entire franchise for me. Yeah. Oh, well, some of it yeah. Yeah, some of them are. I like Ahsoka was good. Um, I watched, I watched a lot of Andor. I watched the whole first series, and then I think I
Mhm.
started the second series, but I haven't finished it yet. But there's some stuff, that Disney has done with Star Wars that hasn't been all bad. But the sequel trilogy, that makes me too mad. It's too, and then now with Alien Earth. Wha Alien Earth is a weird conundrum though, because, I am, dude, because that was my thing. Star Wars was the first movie I saw in the movie theater. Blew my mind. I was
Mm,
obsessed with it after that. Still kinda am. I got the figures, got a little Yoda figure I'm looking at right now, but I'm
mhm,
I'm down with the old ones. I do like the prequels have grown on me over the years, because I saw all of those in the movie theater. I saw I in, Phantom Menace, holy crap, that was like an event. It was an event
mhm,
back then, man, and the toys
mhm.
getting released. I saw Phantom Menace 4 times at the theater. I'm a fucking dork. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but, I've been rambling on here for a while, Mike J. Think the homework assignments for everybody is Mike J. You watch Say Anything and,
Yes, say anything,
and try to
definitely. There
try to get, uh, Alien Earth if you can.
yeah, I'm gonna have
News
to
time, yeah.
there is, well, we don't have to go through it because there is one question. It's not really news, it's more of a discussion piece that I found some site, I forget what it is, but, do you feel that The Exorcist is still the scariest film ever made?
Mm, wow, that's man, it's damn scary. And I saw it in the '90s as an adult, at the
Mhm,
movie theater, and I thought it was pretty scary. I, uh, I think it's a lot scarier if you're a parent. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like, just the whole idea that your daughter, your child is possessed by something out of control, and I think so many parents have dealt with their children, being out of control and thinking they're possessed by the devil and stuff. So, but I can't think of anything that's scarier than that. To me, Alien was scarier than The Exorcist, though. Um, but
mhm.
I don't really think anything has come close to it. Like I can't think of a modern horror movie that is scarier than that. What about you, Mike J? Well, Thanksgiving, holy shit,
No,
that
same with
movie
me.
was
Well, no, that's more for the for the Thanksgiving horror
oh god, that movie
films.
sucked, dude.
Um,
But it's funny though, you know what
Never
I'm saying?
saw
Like,
it, but,
it's on
uh,
YouTube, I believe. Possibly.
well, I'll give people a little, um, Pilgrim. I've never seen it, but I would just say to,
I've never
make
seen
sure
that.
to tune into, Rabbit and Red TV throughout this week. We have some, good Thanksgiving programming to,
Nice,
cure what
nice,
ails you throughout the rest of this week.
cool. I've never seen the
Yeah,
Eli Roth
that
Blood
is,
Rage. No, I've never seen that one.
that's an older one. Yeah,
Wow, I've
I've
never
seen
heard of
bits
these
and
movies.
pieces, but I've never seen it all the way through.
Yeah, I haven't saw the Eli Roth movie yet either. I don't know what that's all
Dude,
about,
that one is actually really good.
right?
That is actually really, really decent. The
Yeah, I'll have
Eli
to check
Roth
it out.
Thanksgiving.
I'll have to check it out. So, when
There
we'll
is
need to
supposed
get
to be a
together.
sequel, but they delayed it.
Yeah. Now,
I
Mike
don't
J,
know
I will
what
be
the
freed
oath
up
is,
next
but
Tuesday if you wanna do the show on Tuesday or if you wanna keep it Monday. I did talk to Cody a little bit.
it's
Go ahead.
mhm.
Uh, I
Well,
talked
no,
to Cody.
that's up to whatever works for you. If you
Yeah,
wanna
I'm
do
I'm good both days. I think Tuesday would probably work better next week, because,
okay,
that way it's, going in there and I can work on my shows on Monday and all that kinda
right,
stuff, and I'm definitely
okay,
home on Tuesdays, so, being I can jump in on 5. But I talked to Cody and them, the Backwoods Boys, and,
mhm,
Trav is gonna be switching jobs and going to nights. So, the day might change, and I told him that I would prefer, to do the backwoods on Monday if we could. That way you can keep
right.
the Rabbit and Red schedule of Tuesday that's been going for a while. But I will definitely, but we'll have to think of a topic to discuss. You
Yeah,
know,
for the next week, yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, shit, guys. Yeah, remember
Yeah, don't
Camp Out
forget we
Nightmare?
have
Yeah,
yes,
coming
the
soon.
Resurrecting the Slaughter. I didn't the thing is, I didn't wanna do crowdfunding with this one. We were gonna do just originally, we were gonna just do investors only, but
Right?
I think we're gonna do a mix of both. So,
Well, in this day, you kinda
um,
got to, so,
yeah, unfortunately.
yeah, hopefully, I am gonna
So,
be
more
able to get out of
details
this
on
year.
that'll be coming in, the coming weeks because they're
Okay.
ready to get rolling on this, so we wanna kinda, you know,
Get the ball
get
rolling.
ready to go. Yeah,
Get the ball rolling.
'cause yep, that's the plan, but
Alright. Well, shit, folks. We got the drum
I
roll
was
coming in.
wondering, I'm like, "I didn't hit drums." Oh, there
Yes. We have to one
that
last thing before we go. We gotta look at it. Look at that Vanna White's cute little
mhm,
butt there.
yep,
Can
there
I,
we
can
go.
I solve the puzzle? Boing. I gotta say it every time. The joke never
We
gets
see
old.
crack there. And we see
Right,
crack there. That's
right.
that's nice crack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd sniff that crack. I don't wanna talk about
Wonder
it.
what that would smell like. Let's try it
It
out.
it smell like heaven. It smell like vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon, and, probably hummus. I'm guessing
Yes.
for some reason, I think she
Vanna's
probably eats
special
a lot of
blend.
hummus. Yes,
Mm.
yes. Well, with that, folks, that's something you can think about, for the next week is what Vanna White's butt smells like. And if you got any
Yes.
ideas for topics or anything you want us to discuss and do a deep dive in, look at my face. It's just me going solo.
Mhm.
How you doing?
Mhm.
If you got any ideas for, uh for shows or anything you want us to discuss, shoot an email to Mike J, post it on my Facebook. I don't have any links to rattle off at the top of my head, but comment on one
They
of
could
our
send you
videos.
a message too or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
send me a message, Mike J, whatever, just get back to us and we'll give it a go. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. We hit the hour and a
mhm.
half mark, so I'm going to be a puss and I'm going to skedaddle out of here. And you guys have a good night.
Yep.
All right, Mike. Talk to you later, man.
Later. Yep.